Welcome to Life on Lindy. My name is Stacy, and I'll be behind the camera today as my husband attempts to install 3 light fixtures in our kitchen. You'll see that it's quite an ordeal, but we finally get it done. Let's go. We're going to be replacing this light on the ceiling of our kitchen. It's the kind that you can't replace the bulb in. You have to replace the whole fixture. The tag on it says it was installed in 2012. It started giving us trouble a little bit after we moved in 2021. So, I mean, it lasted a good long time. And we're also going to be replacing this one. We're going to replace that one just because we have some tall people in our family. Some of them are pushing 6'5", and it's just in the way. And it doesn't come on when you use the key to turn it on anymore. So we have this thing. It's a remote on and off for the light bulb. And it does the job and it's fine, but since we're going to be replacing that one, we went ahead and we're going to replace that one too. Now these are just quick fixes that we're putting in here. Our long-term goal is to put recessed lighting throughout the whole house. We want to put it in the kitchen, the dining room. This is the dining room and it has a ceiling fan. One of the lights matches it, this one does. And these, I think we got both of these together for around $100. So it's nothing extravagant, but that one does match the ceiling fan light. That one only came in stainless and Jean's gonna spray it black. But our long-term goal is to get recessed lighting and a couple pendants right here over the peninsula. But for now, that lighting, it's gonna do.
All right, as Stacy's probably already told you, we bought some new light fixtures for our kitchen area. The one we had finally went bad after a couple years. We're gonna put 2 of them up. We're gonna go with black. One of them is a little smaller in one area, and the other one that we have is a stainless color. So, and we wanted black, and this is the one we really wanted, and they didn't have one in black. So we're gonna do some sanding on these things, and we're gonna paint this one up before we install it. As you can see, it's all stainless. Got a piece of wood to set them on, put a hole in it so I can spin it as I paint it. So let's get these sanded down so we can get some paint on them. Finally got all the paint on it and all went good. Right now it looks shiny, but it's actually a flat black paint. It is, here's what we ended up using on it, a Rust-Oleum flat. This stuff works pretty good. We like using it on a lot of stuff. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna let this stay out here and dry, and I'm gonna go inside and install the other light fixture that we have that is already black. I'm gonna get started on that.
Testing the power to the room. We're gonna turn off the breaker, but we still want to test it with the volt tester. Is that what that thing's called?
Yeah, it checks for. It's not a volt tester. It just checks to see if it's hot. And this one will test to see if your grounds are correct, connected properly. Like it's got a yellow light, and a red light, and you want these 2 yellow lights right here lit up and not the red if it's grounded properly.
And you always want to do
this. It kind of
this.
tells you right here if it is or not and how it's hooked up. You want every one of your outlets to look like that if you buy this little tool. Or you're done putting a switch in or an outlet or whatever, you want that to be grounded correctly.
And anytime you work with anything electrical, you don't want to skip any safety measures. You want to test all of your options to make sure that the electricity is turned off to that area you're working in.
In this case, I'm going to turn the breaker off while you watch the light go out.
And then I'm going to yell real loud, so get ready to hold your ears. Okay!
Now we know our power is off.
And it's a bit dark in here, and we'll just have to, I'm going to open this door a little bit more over here.
The breaker actually said family room light, which I think is dining area. I think that's how they had it marked.
We're fairly sure that family that lived here before us called the dining room family room. From what we've been told, they had a tiny little bistro table set up over here under that light. That's just too small for us. We have a 6-seater dining room table because we got a lot of family. And they also had this, and we utilized that. We have 6 stools around that. So maybe they just thought with this peninsula and that little bistro table, it was enough. So now he's taking that hurricane lamp fixture apart.
There you go. What do they call this?
I think it's a hurricane lamp. Have an idea?
Yeah.
It's not a bright one. I just told it like I saw it.
You'll see better.
In theory, I love the finish that's on that whole fixture. It just seems so smooth and deep and shiny. It's just not the right style. Matches the doorknobs though.
This one's not grounded. I'm gonna bring the ground. There's a ground wire right there. I'm gonna bring it down and use it though.
That's crazy.
I would rather use it. Let's just get this one off of here. Discard it. And just for good measure, you know the light went out whenever I turned the breaker off. And I know it's off, but I'll still go back and do this right here. There's nothing, so we're good. Let's get the other one out of the box and see what we got.
It's just like the one over the table.
Almost like it's got the black cage around it.
Dust not included.
Cal, if you want to change the volume, just pull it out. Pull it back up there and turn it.
Or if you have small hands like I do, you might be able to get away without it.
Maybe. How good you can see. Ta-da! Alright, that's down. So I might play with this. These are normally hot wires right here. So I'll leave that up for now. And I'm just gonna go into these two and see what they'll do. Are you electrical gurus out there? If you don't have a black and a white to work with, which one do you use?
I guess today we're gonna pick, right?
It was hooked to black and white. I mean, 2 whites put together. I know whites are supposed to be neutral, so this light's not on its own switch.
It was definitely a DIY afterthought by somebody.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a bell here.
Which, we're not knocking DIY afterthoughts. We're all about it.
Just for the heck of it.
If you're the former family that lived here, and you know when this light was installed, leave me a comment. He's temporarily connecting it just to see if it's going to work.
Here, I'm gonna turn the breaker on. See what happens.
I'll stand back. It's on! Woohoo, we have light.
Okay.
See if the remote works to it.
I don't have that thing up there. Let's see something. Let's do this. Since this one's not on a switch, these are really handy. You buy this right here, screws up in there, and it has some settings on it. And it has a remote, which we have our remote right here. We can set the fridge, turn the light on, turn the light off. So let's hook this thing in there, right here like that. Okay, now hit the off button, see if it'll go off.
Ah, it works.
Hit the on button. Hey, off. Okay, I'm gonna go turn the power back off now. We know it works. I'm gonna turn the power back off, get some electrical tape, tape all the wires up real good. I gotta take it back apart first. I gotta install my plate to bolt this to, and let's get this fixture up here.
Now this was our dry run just to see if it was going to work because we thought it was going to come with a pull chain and it did not.
Alright,
But it's okay.
We'll turn the power back off. Do this for safety measure. Make sure the light goes out.
Out!
Okay, we should be good now. Well, we got the power back off. I need to run out to the shop and get some electrical tape. This wasn't taped up before, but I like to tape it all up. Let's get our bracket put in place and centered up. Figured out what we needed.
Let me see the bracket.
Yeah. It's got a ground on it. I'll just put it on this. Okay, let's see. Pretty much centered itself up. We're good.
Except it's not centered with anything else in the whole kitchen.
Yeah.
Because they had a little table here.
Right. It was just kind of a random, put the light over the center of the table deal, which is fine.
It's called custom.
Right. Okay, now I can hook my wires up. Black goes over here with the two whites that are together. Really should twist these up before I put this on.
All this is only temporary until we put recessed lighting in.
Tell you what I'm gonna have to do here. I need to go get my wire scanners and scan this back a little bit farther so I can twist it around these other wires right here. That's the best way to do it, is to twist them on. A lot of people just put them beside them and do it, which is okay. Sometimes you wrap it around it, it'll hold a little bit better. I had to skin the wires back a little bit more so I could wrap it around the wire. If you do much electrical work, I recommend wire scanners like these. You will thank me later, versus the kind you squeeze and you put on and pull it off like that. These are awesome. But I've got the other kind too. It's got a little place to cut the wire before you scan it. But it's just like grab it there and pull it off right there. That's it. Put more on that one. Perfect. Here, let's get these wired up.
This is not an electrical tutorial. This is just how we did it. Disclaimer. Always seek professional advice. We ain't nobody's teachers.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Said in my most twangy Kentucky accent that I could pull out.
It takes a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of common sense. Tape these up. Just feel better about it, Don't want anything coming loose and arcing in there and creating a fire.
Roasting the little field mice.
Yeah, don't want to hurt them, do we?
The joys of living in the country. Although we did have a field mice, but we had one that had big ears and I called him Moose. When we lived in town and fed squirrels.
That was fun, I missed that.
He had some big ears, didn't he? And now we have the Moose twins. Most other creatures will not venture into our fenced-off backyard, not the side where the dogs are.
I'm gonna go ahead and hook this ground wire up to the fixture part, just to say I hooked the ground up on it.
And it's there for a reason.
Right, safety first. Tuck our wires and get this piece bolted up to the mount. Got our wires pushed up through there. Actually, they just need to be tucked up a little bit. Our holes here. Put in. Stainless screws.
Are they magnetic?
No, they're not. I was hoping they would be. Must be stainless. One.
It's already better than what was up there.
Just hook this back up.
This is the point where I realized that the remote control attachment and the light bulb together will not fit correctly in this fixture. Will that fit in that? Will that fit in that fixture?
Here to find out.
I didn't think about that. Did you?
I hope it does. We have to use it. Let's see. It's supposed to go over that. Put this up through there. Turn it to the left.
Barely fits, but it fits.
Yeah. You know what's bad though?
It's not going to light up through the globe.
No, man. We have to use it. I'm gonna go turn on the power.
That one matches that one. Now we got to do that one. Ready for it?
I gotta let the paint dry a little more. Don't scratch it.
Okay. To be continued. We're going to end up switching that fixture with that fixture. This fixture is longer and it can handle the adapter with the remote and still have the light from the bulb to shine brightly. But this one's a little too shallow for that, and the brightest part of the bulb has the band around it, and that reduces the output of the light source tremendously. So we're going to switch that fixture with that fixture. I mean, we could have left it like that and it still would have put out some downlight, but we need a lot of light in here. It just gets really dark, especially at night. And until we get our recessed lighting, we're just trying to do the best we can. So be continued. So this is what we ended up with. Things don't always work out the way you plan, so we switched that light fixture that was over the sink area. We put the smaller one over there, and that's the one that matches the ceiling fan. Because if we kept that one here, over here on this outlet or this receptacle where we're putting this light fixture, we have to have the remote controlled bulb because there's no switch. It's just a quirk of this house. And eventually we're going to put recessed lighting all through here, but that one probably will stay because it matches the ceiling fan in the dining room. We also have a project that's going to be coming up on this wall early in the year. We're going to be adding some cabinets in here. We already have the cabinets, they're in the garage. This was as far as we got on this day. This was Dean's last day off, and he had to work 4 12-hour shifts in a row after this. So it was 5 days before we even got a good start on the center light fixture that we originally planned on replacing. We got that one switched with that one. Everything works great. And now it's on to this one. He's out there making sure that he's going to turn the power off. And it is off. But he'll still test it with his voltage tester. Now he's taking the old one down. We'll see what it looks like underneath it.
Gonna check for, make sure it's not hot. We didn't have a light to base it off of.
That one has a date of 2012 on it.
Turn the power back on and verify that it's hot. With these other ones, then I'll shut it back off.
Other two lights are already so much brighter. If you're wondering why they're still light, we have a shop light in here plugged on or plugged into another wall that's not switched off at the breaker. No power.
Okay, our switch is on, so.
Now, is it off now?
Yeah,
The switch off?
Now. It's on that one and that one too, so I wanted to verify that. Good.
For about the past year, we've been living with this light fixture, and only part of it worked. I don't remember if it was the inner or the outer circle. Do you? Do you remember which part of this light was left working before it all went out?
We're gonna have a little problem though. Look at the ceiling, it's cracked all the way across there, and this is only gonna cover up a little bit of it, you know, so we're going to do some patchwork.
I had to do some patchwork where we took the top of the cabinets down.
This is going to be the middle right here.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't want to put a medallion up there.
You don't want to?
No.
Okay. All right, then we need to do some patchwork right here. Patch all that up, and then maybe we just get some paint and just do this with a.
I have another question.
What?
Did they not put that on a stud or a joist?
What? Yeah, the box has to be on one.
Because it looks like it's pulling down on the drywall or the plaster.
No, it's.
We don't really have drywall here, we have plaster.
No, it's on one or it'll just fall out. So it's attached to a 2x4. This side I can tell that it's rocking a little bit on this side. So we're gonna have to patch this, and paint it.
Get some spackle.
Before we put it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that down. Then what I'll do is, I probably won't finish it tonight maybe, so I'm gonna tape the wires up and turn the power back on.
All right.
After we get these off of there.
We still have under cabinet lights and microwave lights and these two new ones.
Yeah, white, black, ground. We're good here.
Nothing in this house has been simple.
Take it as it comes.
It's been a little modification on everything, but we always get it.
So I'm gonna take those wires up so I can turn the power back on whenever we need it. Right now, since we have this and the other ones, might just get a small wire nut. I'm gonna take them up. Hold it over on the end so I can unroll it easy. Give me a little handle.
That's all we can do for now, right?
Yeah, I got a spatula. After I spatula, I'm not gonna sand it. I'll just smooth it out with a spatula and then probably take some of the spackle and kind of texture it a little bit with that. Like I say, the only thing it's going to really show is here. So we'll get that part done, give it a paint job. We'll put this light up. We'll be ready to throw some mud on it.
To be continued on another day. Got a smaller scraper.
I'm not a pro at this, that's for sure.
We have an idea of how to possibly get some of the texture on it. We're going to take a stiff bristle brush or broom or something and kind of sweep it. 'Cause we are not professionals.
We're not.
You're messy as I could be.
Imagine me walking on some of those stilts that they use for high ceilings or something. It's gonna be messy. It's always there's no other way around it. I get a bunch on there and then just use the GCL and spray it.
Is it cracked all in there too? They getting the paint on it, the first coat anyway. You never notice how dirty something is until you take a fixture off of it. We doing one coat tonight and letting it rest?
Yeah, I might put another one on here in about 20 minutes, depending on how quick it's drying. This stuff usually dries pretty quick. This is the kind of ceiling paint that changes colors when you put it on, so whenever you know it's dry, when it goes to the actual white, it's not the pink look.
Probably gonna take 2 or 3.
Yeah, probably so. Use all I can off the top here.
You done for now? Or do you have another spot? I can't tell.
I have another spot.
I see it now.
See?
Yeah, I thought it was a shadow. It was not.
Was that it?
No, it was actually a shadow, I think, where the wires, where the light was casting a shadow on the wires. We used a dust broom to give it the sweep texture. I know it's not professional, but it worked. Spackle dries faster than you think it will, though.
Yeah, it does.
We're just amateurs who try to do everything ourselves as much as possible.
It works.
Works for us. No regrets.
Regrets.
Yeah. If you know, you know. Already looks better.
Oh yeah, definitely. Alright. Ta-da.
Think we're done?
Yeah, I think we're
Like for real?
Yeah, I think we're good. Totally.
Awesome. Tomorrow, he'll put up the fixture. And what we thought was just gonna be a couple-hour job will be done.
That's how this whole house has been.
And it's now what time?
10 to 8.
It's the next day again, and this makes day 3. We thought this was going to be a simple job. Heads up, it wasn't smooth sailing. He got the complete thing wired up, ready to go, and the plate wasn't in the correct spot to cover the hole. So we had to take it all back down and start over. By we, I mean he.
I forget these aren't Phillips head. Changed my bit. Check fit all this here. I need to, of course, cut some wires off shorter. Trusty wire scanners.
Color turned out good.
Put this on, tighten it up. Now let's see here. White to white,
Black to black, ground to ground.
There we go. Tape them up. Always like to tape them up. Always a good idea.
You don't have to tape up the ground, it's just a bare wire anyway. This wire is up in there now. Just kind of spread the white and black wires away from each other when you stuff them back up in there. Need to loosen this mount and turn it a little bit so the hole gets covered. Get it out.
What are you doing?
I'm going to move this mount around because the base of it wasn't covering all of our cutout completely.
Oh.
So I'm going to shift it around a little bit where it goes.
This is take 2 for this one. He worked so hard to get this all done. He's just a real trooper.
Let's try this again.
These magnetic.
Yes, they are.
One reason why they say indoor use only. They don't have stainless screws.
One more tight.
Here's all the globes.
We try to keep all of the globes on all the lights clear because it's just really dark in this house. I guess it's always been that way. We're trying to brighten it up.
We're using neutral white LED bulbs. We got them at Menards. We found out that neutral white was about the brightness we like.
I didn't even know they made them, but I like them.
gonna keep the switch off. I'm gonna go turn the power on, come in here and hit the switch and see what happens. Let's hit the switch and see if we have light. 1, 2, 3.
Awesome! Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm glad that other light finally died.
I know. How cool is that?
Finally some light in this room.
It's hard to look at.
I like it.
I guess I can turn this off, right? That's that big boy. Y'all don't have one of these. You have to get them. I know you've probably seen them online. They're pretty cool. It's nice. Low.
It's a headlamp.
Yeah, it's like a headlamp. I bought 4 of them. 2 for in the shop and 2 for in here. That's not an advertisement, I'm just telling you what I like.
We originally got them to go outside in the yard with the dogs so we could watch where we were stepping. I didn't like them out there because the bugs would dive bomb your head.
Yeah, they will do that. The bugs will fly around it at night. That is the bad thing about them.
So I just carry my big 9-volt.
Yeah, except I use them in the shop working on vehicles or whatever I'm doing.
Well,
yeah.
that's it. We have light. It looks a whole lot better than it used to. I still would say it's a temporary fix because we want recessed lighting and a couple pendant and some other stuff, but 100% upgrade for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like or a thumbs up or an emoji. Leave me a comment and consider subscribing. That would really help me out. Follow me on Instagram at Life on Lindy with Stacy. See you next time. Bye.